In a world painted with the hues of the Renaissance, where myth and reality bleed into one another, lived a painter named Jacob. He was no ordinary artist. Jacob was cursed, or perhaps blessed, with a phenomenal power. Whatever he painted, he could bring to life. But this gift came at a terrible price. Every stroke of his brush, every masterpiece he birthed onto the canvas, chipped away at his own existence, stealing precious time from his life. For years, Jacob painted landscapes of impossible beauty, mythical creatures that roamed his studio, and still lifes so vivid you could almost smell the fruit. He created worlds, but he lived in none of them. A lonely god in a kingdom of canvas and oil. He was a master of creation, yet a prisoner of his own talent, his life force draining away with each finished piece. Loneliness was his most constant companion, a shadow that clung to him more closely than his own. One day, driven by a profound ache for connection, he began his most ambitious, most dangerous work. He decided to paint a person, a companion, someone to share his silent world with. He poured all his skill, all his longing, all his soul onto the canvas. He painted eyes that held the depth of the twilight sky, hair like spun moonlight, and a smile that could warm the coldest stone studio. He named her Lyra. With the final, delicate brushstroke on her lips, Lyra stepped out of the painting, fully formed and breathing. She was everything he had ever dreamed of, intelligent, kind, with a curiosity for the world he had only ever captured in paint. For the first time, Jacob was not alone. He showed her the sunrises he had painted, told her tales of the fantastical beasts he had brought to life, and in her presence, his gray world exploded into color. He fell in love, deeply and irrevocably, and Lyra, a being born of love and artistry, loved him back with an equal, pure intensity. They were two halves of a single soul, one of flesh and one of paint. Their love a masterpiece, more beautiful than any Jacob had ever created. But their perfect world was built on a fragile foundation. Jacob noticed his hands trembled more, his breath grew shorter, and his reflection in the mirror seemed to fade with each passing day. The curse was relentless. The more he loved Lyra, the more he wanted to perfect her world, to make her real in every sense. He painted her new dresses, gardens for her to walk in, a night sky filled with constellations she'd never seen. Each brushstroke that added to her happiness was a day stolen from his own life. Lyra, unaware of the sacrifice, blossomed. But as she grew more vibrant, Jacob withered. He became a ghost in his own love story, his life force, the very paint that colored her existence. The tragedy was poetic and cruel. To keep his love alive, he had to die. He was the painter of burning skies, setting his own life ablaze to keep her world bright. The more perfect he made her, the faster his own light was extinguished. This is the story of Jacob and Lyra, a tale of love, sacrifice, and the heartbreaking line between art and reality. It asks a powerful question. What price would you pay for perfect love? How much of yourself would you give away for a dream, even if that dream is destined to consume you? It's a romance painted with the brilliant colors of creation and the dark, tragic shades of a terrible curse. If this story resonated with you, please hit that like button and subscribe for more dives into fantastic worlds and epic tales. Let me know in the comments what you think of Jacob's impossible choice. See you next time. System offline. Story complete.